Hello my dear friends, it's Yuri Tsvetkov and you are on the channel All Over the Golf, and today I want to make one more video about a golf statistics subject. I need to say that I have the playlist about this subject and it's much more lovely for me, and this video will be related for the subject of the previous two videos which we made also today. It's about the proximity and accuracy. The first video was about the proximity proximity for approaches the green, and the second video is about the proximity for scrambling. And I want to make one more video about the putting, because you know that in my opinion this subject is highly relative with the almost the scrambling statistics, because in my video in the end of the previous video I have started to talk about it. The proximity in scrambling is highly relative with the one putt performance for saving pars, and it is mostly relative with such a subject as the non-linearity of the decreasing of probability of first putt with rise in the distance. And it's quite interesting to see that statistically such a decreasing of probability is starting from much more closest to the pin positions. Let's say that exactly for some players it's starting exactly from 5 feet, but for the other players, for most of the players, it's starting from the 6 feet. And we can see why and what the figures are about. First of all, for the putting from 5 feet, we have some players who have 100% probability of the game. We are starting the probability. We are starting the statistics for the season, for the last season, not for this one, because it's much more figures for the. It's much more useful, in my opinion, that this season is very short, and in this connection the figures are not so that's not so strong proofs. So we can say that even from the distance 6 feet, we have not the players who have made 100 putts from such distance, and the base score was for Jordan Bird, who have made approximately 85%. So he have made he had 39 attempts and made 33 putts. And even for the strongest players who are playing in the PGA Tour, this probability is also decreasing quickly. You see that on the 10th position, the Sam Burns was with 81.76%. Percent of the first stroke, so it's 3% less than the first player. For the 50 players, for the best 50 players, Taylor Gooch had approximately 75%, less than 75%. So it's maybe 10% less than the first player. And for the last one, because we are looking always for the statistics, not only for the best players but also for the other players, and we can see that Alex Chapka had a poor performance, but his results were outside of the total one, so it's only approximately 39%. But Alex Noren, a perfect player who have a good results in the tour, but his statistics is only 50%. So even for the distance 6 foot, it's less than 2 meters. It's less than 2 yards. Even for them, it's exactly 2 yards. Even for them, the 50% statistics is not usual figure, but it's the figure for the professional players. So for amateur players, it will be even less successful. In this connection, you need to try to train your putting from this distance and maybe even from 5 feet. So the 7 the next distance is 7 feet, and we can see that the probability of the first putt is decreasing very strongly, because if for 6 feet we have the player with 84, currently we have the best player with 76% only. On the 10th position, Harris English with 70%. So it's approximately 2 shots only from 7 feet. It's I think that most of us are thinking that putting much more better, but statistics is statistics. And for the last place, it's approximately 40% also, as it was on the previous distance, but we can see that more and more people have statistics less than 50%, and against Alex Cheika we can see that he have problems with the putting from the such distance. So we see that the distance is, the probability is decreasing. For the 8 foots, the Whitcomb Clark, who is very good exactly from in the putting from such distances, he have 75, but the second player Aaron Badley have 71 only, and the 10 best is have 65. It's even it's also decreasing approximately 5% according to relative to the previous distance, and just if 1 feet changes in the distance. And we can see that here we have jumped the Jonathan Bird, also a very good player, but his probability for 1 putt from the distance of 8 feet is only 32. So just one of short putts is made from this distance, and even Phil Nicholson have statistics less than 40%. And this connection, you see that it's highly valuable, and in my opinion, it is the most of us are necessary to training our putting from distances even little bit more than those one which we are talking about. And this is a component of the game in which we can achieve results of the professional players. I'm talking about the amateur players. We can achieve results of professional players much more quickly than in other components of the game. And this connection in our situation, it's maybe very reasonable to spend more time for the short game, including putting, but not for the distance game and the not the tee shots and so on. So the proportion of the training distribution time, the time from distribution of the training time must be more in the side of the scrambling, approaching, and the putting. So we can see the last distance for the putting, and we will find that Patrick Cantlay, who is absolutely close to the best players in the game around the green and on the green, he have his scrambling statistics is mostly described by his very useful putting from the distances inside 10 feet. So he have the probability just 66%. So 2 shots only from the distance, the 3 yards or 9 feet. So the 10 best player, Aaron Badley, have exactly 60%. So, and the last one in this list had a figure, the Francesco Molinari, who had a figure 28% only. So I hope that this information is well enough describing you that non-linearity of the putting just on the inside the 6 feet and 9 feet, or 2 yards and 3 yards, the probability is decreasing very quickly, and maybe after from the longer distances the probability of the one putt is decreasing not so highly, but exactly on those distances the probability of the one putt decreasing very highly. So in this connection, I hope that it will be useful information for you, and it will give you more figures and more information how to build your training process and how to spend more time exactly for the putting, and how to distribute the putting training, how it will be relative with your proximity, with your accuracy, for the chipping, pitching, for the scrambling, and for your approaches game. Thank you very much for your attention, and have a good day. Have a good golf. Hope to see you on my channel. Please subscribe and hit the bell, and you will be informed about all new videos on my channel. And I hope that they will be useful for you, exactly for building of your game, not just like something which is relative only with cognitive component of the golf skills acquisition. Have a good golf. Hope to see you again. Bye.